Hey there fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Haarlem, the Netherlands for 5 things you're gonna love and hate about visiting the Netherlands. So let's get started. And for me, the first thing I don't like about coming to the Netherlands is all the drunk, crazy, red light district insanity of Amsterdam. Look, Amsterdam is fantastic outside of the red light district. And since so many tourists come to the Netherlands just to go to the Amsterdam and have their drugs and prostitutions and stuff like that, that's fine for you. But for me, it kind of gets me a little frustrated when I go there. And the thing is there's other bad things that go along with it, like the drunk high tourists and them bothering people and vomit everywhere and stuff like that. That's what actually bothers me the most. It's not the red light district itself, it's the tourists that go there and just get out of control. So that's the first thing I don't like. And the thing is, that's not just in Amsterdam, that's also in some of the border towns with Germany, because you have a lot of German tourists that'll come over to get high and stuff like that. So that's the first thing you don't like. Now the second thing you're not going to like about coming to the Netherlands are the stairs in the hotels. Look, there's a lot of independent hotels here, and you can see these little thin buildings behind me. Yes, they need stairs, and the stairs go like this. It's not really a stairwell as so much a ladder well, and that's one thing I don't like. My mom's fallen down them, Caleb fell down them, chipped a tooth, busted his head open, all kinds of stuff. You gotta be really careful with that, so that's one of the things I'm not a big fan of when I do come here. So if you are going to come, make sure you ask your hotels, like, hey, do you have an elevator, or how's the situation? And also, don't bring a lot of baggage, because it's going to be tough to take that stuff up there. Because think about it, you got a big backpack, you lose your balance, oh, you're gone. Okay, now we've moved to the rooftops of beautiful Amsterdam. And the third thing you're going to hate when you come to the Netherlands is the service. Look, you're going to go to a restaurant, you're going to go to a bar, you're going to go to a cafe, you're going to go to a pancake house. Wherever you're going to go, and then you're going to sit. And you're gonna sit and sit. Oh, and wait, don't forget about the waiting, and maybe sit some more. And then maybe eventually somebody will come to take your order. And it gets kind of frustrating, because here in the Netherlands, the customer isn't king. People make a decent wage here, so yes, you do tip them, but it's not really influencing how much they're gonna come and try to help you and things like that. And it can be frustrating for some travelers. Now, I'll say is when you do get the service, it is professional. They will make sure you get the right thing. They're not rude or anything. It's just that they're not always coming. It gets a little frustrating. And then when you want your bill, don't be like, oh, they'll bring the bill to me. No, you have to ask, because they will literally let you sit there for, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, 5 or 6 days. I mean, not that long, obviously, but you'll just be there for a while. So if you want to get your bill, make sure you ask, because the service here is not going to come and kiss your butt. So just want to give you a heads up on that one. Now, the fourth thing you're not going to like when you come to the Netherlands are the bike lanes. Look, biking is a part of coming to the Netherlands, and I will talk about that later, but oh my God, walking in the bike lanes. Look, I know I said in service that the Dutch aren't very nice, but they're nice people in general, but they're not when they are in the bike lane. Or I should say, when you wander in the bike lane like a tourist, and it doesn't matter if you're here in Amsterdam or Haarlem or Leiden or Utrecht or wherever, the Dutch become like little heat-seeking missiles when they're on their bikes when they're in those bike lanes, okay? So be careful, because you'll see the little red lanes all over the place, and the bikes just go whizzing by. And they don't care about the cars, they don't care about you, they don't care about your kids, they're just going. And that could be really frustrating when you're not sure. So do pay attention, because that's one sure way that you will make some not friends in the Netherlands, okay? And the fifth thing you're not gonna like about coming to the Netherlands is the weather. Look, this is not, how would I say, a consistent weather country in terms of consistency, nice or bad. It's just the inconsistent nature of the weather. Look, I'm on a forecast today that said right now it's supposed to be raining. No rain, but this morning when we were trying to film a little bit, it said it was going to be clear skies, and it was raining. And I'm in a long sleeve shirt, t-shirt, I got a jacket. Look, if you're going to come here, make sure you bring layers, because it's not the warmest place ever, and it does rain quite a bit, so do have a heads up for that. And the locals will tell you, don't trust the weatherman, just like everywhere, but here definitely so. So if you're going to go out for the day, make sure you bring something to throw on, because it does cool off at night, even on the warm days. So just a heads up there. So those are things that we didn't like about going to the Netherlands, but there are things you're really going to love, because you could tell that those dislikes, those hates, they're not so much hates, just more mild annoyances. But we'll go back to Haarlem to start with our loves, okay? So those are things you might not like about the Netherlands, but let's be honest, the Netherlands is a really great place to visit for a lot of reasons. You know, people speak English, there's all kinds of great transport. Oh wait, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. The first thing you're gonna love about coming to the Netherlands is the architecture and the culture throughout the country. Look, whether it is going to see the old Dutch masters, yes, that is a whole thing you see in lots of museums. The art and culture that here is fantastic. The museums, whether you're going to the Taylor's Museum or the Frans Hals Museum here in Haarlem, or if you're going to the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, or the Van Gogh Museum, or go to the Anne Frank House, or all kinds of stuff. There's things all over the country to see, and they have really great pride in their country, and they have some magnificent museums. But the thing is there's also the pride with that architecture. Seeing those buildings, man, that's one of the things. Wherever you go in the Netherlands, you always feel like you want to take more and more and more and more pictures of the buildings, because they really are gorgeous when you see the guild houses and the tops and things like that. So do bring an extra chip when you do come here, because you will want to take so many pictures. And yes, those pictures will also include a lot of pictures of flowers if you're here in the spring and seeing the over 1,000 windmills that are throughout the country. Yes, you will see those, and you will get a few pictures of those. Even when you're on the train going by, you will do that, okay? Now, the second thing that a tourist really loves about coming here is actually there's a really great transportation system, and I'd say kind of a tourism infrastructure, because lots of people speak English here. Pretty much everybody speaks English here, so you don't really have an issue with that. But the thing is the transport links throughout the country are super easy. Coming to Haarlem from Amsterdam is 15 minutes on the train. I can get to Leiden in like in half an hour from Amsterdam. You can get all over the country within like an hour and a half, and it's super simple. And the trains go very often. But I will say, make sure you buzz in your card in and out when you go, just to make your life a little bit easier. And also, because I'm trying to tie a lot of loves together, I would also put in with that transportation, the biking around the Netherlands. It is really something that you should do and you can do. But I will warn you, if you're not sure, if you're not really good on a bike, or it's been a few years, do be careful. Maybe not start in downtown Amsterdam. Maybe do it somewhere like Leiden or here in Haarlem or something like that. It might make it a bit safer for you, but biking throughout the country is one of the things you're gonna do. And the thing is, if you bike through the tulips in the spring, is fantastic. Jocelyn did that a few months ago and she loved it. Or you're just like a big guy like me, likes to get around town to meet friends with it. You can do that, because you can rent bikes at train stations, you can rent bikes at different towns, different places. Heck, you can get an app on your phone and you can find a bike on the street and rent that. Okay, so there's a lot of options out there. So those transportation and that infrastructure thing is really good here. The third thing that I love going to the Netherlands is leaving Amsterdam. Now, don't get me wrong, Amsterdam is cool. The museums, like the Rijksmuseum, like I was talking about, and Van Gogh, and seeing all the buildings and the canals, it's gorgeous. But getting out and going to explore other cities like Leiden, like here in Haarlem, going to Maastricht, going to Groningen. There's so many cute little towns you can go see, and bigger cities like Rotterdam and stuff like that don't get sucked into just going to Amsterdam, though it's cool, but you really should see more. And with that transportation, it's really easy to do. And honestly, I've enjoyed going to these smaller towns much more than going to Amsterdam, because you don't have all those drunk tourists and stuff like that bothering you, or high tourists. It's more of a getting to see the real country and the real people, and that's what's really nice. So we're back on the rooftop here in Amsterdam, and the third thing you're really going to like as a tourist when you come here to the Netherlands is how well the people speak English, and the people in general. Yes, in service, they're not nice. But when you get to meet the Dutch people, yes, they speak fantastic English, and the thing is, they will explain things to you because they have a lot of pride in their country. So yes, if you want to know about the different ways you can eat herring, you can learn from that from some old lady who speaks English probably better than I do. Okay, and so you do have that, and for a tourist, it's a godsend. And that's why I tell a lot of tourists, if you're looking for a foreign country with a foreign language that you can go to and visit and not have to worry about speaking that foreign language, I say Scandinavia, and then the Netherlands is another great one, because everyone here does speak English. And the cool thing is, when you speak with the people, they get sarcasm. Their English is so good here that you can tell sarcastic jokes and they'll give sarcasm back, or they'll start with sarcasm. And if anybody has traveled and had the international English stuff, that's one of the things that gets lost. So it's one of the things you really appreciate when you come here, is that English level and the sarcasm and that attitude that people have here, because also they're no nonsense here, okay? And if you want to get to the point and you say, hey, what should I see? They'll tell you what to see, what not to do, and get to it now. And get out of my way because you're in the bike lane. I mean, they're all the way up on that, and that's one of the things I really love. Now, the fourth thing you're gonna love when you come here is the biking. Now, I know I said I don't like the bike lane as a tourist when I'm walking, but if you're here, you need to rent a bike. Go explore. Even if you do one of the cheesy tourist bike trails around Amsterdam and do those things, it's worth it because it's super flat here. You can go around and you can try and see all these things. And what's cool is when you explore the country, you can go to the different train stations, like I said, and you can actually go rent bikes there to explore. So you want to go to the Keukenhof, you can go there and then rent a bike there and ride around in the tulips. But it's usually only like mid-April through mid-May is the best time to go for that. But you have that, and it was really cool. And you get back on there, and you really kind of explore, and you get to see some of the country without having to spend a lot of money. Because renting the bikes, it's not too expensive to do. So that's one of the things I really enjoy doing when we are here. I know Jocelyn loved it to bits. Okay. And the fifth thing that I love about coming here, and this is more of my personal thing, and I've had a really good time. One of my friends, Dutchified, another YouTuber here, you should really check out if you're going to go to the Netherlands. I'll put his link down below. But he and I have been hitting all the food stalls and the food stands around Amsterdam. And it's not just in Amsterdam, you have these food stalls all over the place, and eating the little snacky doos around the Netherlands because they have so many like tasty little treats. The restaurants here are expensive. I'm not a big fan of them. The food can be very heavy, but when it comes to snacky stuff, it's great. Check out a food hall. Go get the bitterballen, the little tiny balls, like it's like mashed potatoes and meat inside, fried, and dip it in the mustard. That's so good. Or go in one of the herring shops on the street and grab one of those and eat it, Rotterdam style or however. Or maybe you want to get little cheese things or whatever. There's so many, or croquettes. There's so many great little snacks to have here to go with a really good beer. That's one of the fun things. So what I say to people is, look, don't feel like you have to be, stuck at a restaurant here. Go sit at a cafe. Just order little starters and stuff like that, and go and enjoy the city and the architecture and the countryside around there, because you can have those everywhere. And that's one thing I really, really love about this. And that's why I always want to thank my buddy Dutchified, because he's really got me hooked onto this. And my tummy's like, yes, we need to go eat more bitterballen. We need more croquetten. So I'm going to go do that with him. If you want to see more videos on the Netherlands, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and we really appreciate your likes, subscriptions. If you like videos like this, we put out new travel videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So if you do like that, click that subscribe button. It really pays off. Anyway, have a great time here in the Netherlands, and if you love it or you hate it or anywhere in between, put your comments down below to let us know the things you like and you don't like about the Netherlands. Anyway, I'll say bye from here on the rooftops of Amsterdam. Bye.